It is
Really
the
busy with mitzvahs.
4th of July, Rabbi Levitt Gemora.
Okay. Well, so we are, let's see, Shalom Kadmo. We're talking about, yeah, so basically we got up to the next question that the Gemara is asking here on Rav Yirmiyah. This is the third question that we're asking on Rav Yirmiyah. This is this can be found um, 3 lines from the bottom of the page on the Chaf Amid base. We turn to Roy to start the reading. Toshma. It's the very
Toshma,
beginning of the line.
Toshma, come and learn a disproof of Rav Yirmiyah Abba's ruling from the following Mishnah. The Mishnah states that when orphans come to collect money from other orphans for a debt involving their fathers, they must swear Shabua Shalo Vikadonu Ava. An oath, they must swear an oath that our father did not instruct us on his deathbed that he had been paid. V'shelo amar lonu ava, nor did our father tell us anything at the time that he had been paid. V'shelo mitzanu kain shetoro Deo shel ava, nor have we found a receipt among our father's documents. Sheshubto the Perua, stating that this loan document of your father is paid. This implies that had they found such a receipt, they would have been obliged to abide by it. Then the Gemara gives an answer. I'll read that because Alma Rav Safra. Rav Safra said, Shenim Mitzo came Shetoro Karun. That Mishnah is concerned is for a receipt discovered among the father's writ documents. The orphans must swear that they found no receipt among his discards. 34.
Okay, let's clarify what the question is. The answer we've already heard. This is the third time we heard the same answer being used to answer all these Mishnayos that say that the show implication being that the shover would be valid proof of payment, even found in the possession of the lender. So what's this case all about? Shavua shaloi pakadnu. Abba. Shaloi pakadnu. He didn't command us. Father didn't command us at the time of his death that the star had been paid. So if we'll find a star in his documents, we should not assume that it's been paid. That's one thing. And the second thing is the Ushalo Amar Lanu Abba. That's referring to apparently when he even before he took ill, when he was well. He never told us that star was Perua, that it was paid. Shalom etzanu ben starosov shel Abba shishtar ze Perua. And likewise, we did not find a shover amongst any of his documents that state that this particular loan of Jew number one has been paid off. None of those things we've found or heard. Okay. So that already amounts to a question against Rabbi Yirmiyah. I guess maybe the question would be that if they wouldn't have said that, if there would have been a shover that was found amongst his documents, we would have said that the document is valid. So that's why the Mishnah is reporting that the sons testified that they didn't. They claimed that they didn't find any such shover. If the shover in any case is worthless, it's not of any value. It's puzzle, doesn't prove anything. So what's the difference whether they said they found one amongst the father's documents or not? In any case, it's worthless. It's puzzle. We don't go ahead and assume that the payment has been made based upon the presence of a shover in the possession of the lender. So says Reb Safra. So if so, and we see from this Mishnah, not like that. Rashi has something to say over here. Rashi di Ramaschil, Shavua Shalo Pakadnu. Also, actually, the sons are making a shvua over here to what their claim is. They have to swear. Okay, Lou, would you like to read this Rashi?
Okay. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 wide lines. It's really the first word of the fifth line all the way to the end of the line. Shavua.
Shavua shall no Abba. Mishana he beshibu os.
This is a Mishnah, but the Gemara is quoting is a Mishnah in Maseches Shavuos.
Shavuos. On Daf Mem Hey, Amud Aleph. Yisom Mim Min Hayecho Min Lo Yifra'u Ella Bishavua. The orphans Hayechomin. What's Hayechomin?
Looks to be the same word. I'm not sure exactly why it's repeated 2 times. Yisomim min hayisomim.
Hayisomim. The orphans from the orphans? With the orphans?
I don't know. I don't know what Rashi's trying to say. Why didn't he just say that the Yisomim, and then say what he says? I don't know.
What's
Just leave it.
Yifra'o? What's Yifra'o?
They will not get paid back.
Except
He claimed that they say that the father is owed.
if they swear, Umahu b'shvua son, and what is their oath?
Yeah.
Shavua shalo pikdano pikadono Abba, that their father did not pay.
That here it means in the context over here we're talking about Rashi says savas misa. It's talking about a what do they call? You know what a savah is? A command that's made by a person. He writes a tzavah. He passes away. It's sort of like a will. That he makes certain requests that people do. So Pakadnu, this is his command to his son to do X, Y, or Z, or command that he's making a statement. And what is the statement over here? You read what the statement is.
So in other words, the father did not make the following command. Shalo Amar Lanu, he didn't say to us, Kodem Lechain Vishalo Matzinu Shover Bain Shitaro Sav Shel Abba. He didn't say to us that he did not find a receipt amongst his documents, amongst the documents of the father. Al Shtar Zeh, concerning this document, Sheyehei Perua Ha Im Mitzao Shemachinan Alav.
Okay, so Rashi says, Mao Shvuasim, what is the Shvuah that they got to take, the sons? So there's a standard Shvuahs, apparently, that the sons got to take. And the first one that Rashi mentions is Shelo Pakadnu, that he didn't make a command like would be customary in a tzavas misa, in a will, to say, make sure you get the loan back from Plony, or make sure that Plony pays you, or make sure that you pay Plony, or whatever, something like that. He didn't make any such a thing. Now here the issue is that he apparently we're looking for a command that he made that Plony did in fact pay him back. No, he never said such a thing. Lo pakadnu. He didn't command in that regard. So all we can assume is that there has not been payment. We got a star. We see a star that is in his records of documents, and it says that Plony borrowed money from our father, but we don't see any indication anywhere that he ever paid him back. And that would be the place that the father would say to the sons. Okay, so that's the first shvua. Then there's a completely different shvua. Rashi says, "Ushalo amar lanu kodem lachen," and likewise, he never told us beforehand. Beforehand meaning before he became ill. Ushalo matzinu shover bein shtarosov shel abba al shtar zesh ye parua. So it seems like all of these shvuas are centered around a specific loan, that they have the shtar, that the loan was made, but they don't have any evidence that the loan was paid off. What would be the evidence? If the father left a pikida, a command in that regard, in his sava, or if he had told us, before he got sick that Plony has paid off the loan that he owes me, or that there was a shover that was found in amongst his documents. So they're swearing on all these three matters. Okay, that takes you to the very end. So then Rashi. Okay, Lou, I'm going to let you figure out the last 5 words of Rashi. Ha imotsu samchinin oleha. What does that mean?
If they did find it, samchinan aleha, they would have to pay based on it.
We would rely on it. Samchinan, we rely on it. We would rely on the presence of that shover found amongst the documents of the father. We would rely on that document. What does that document say, that shover? It says, I Plony the lender hereby certify that Plony the one that borrowed me money, he's paid up this loan. Right? That's the shover. The shover is states on it that Plony paid up the loan. And so if we see, says Rashi, that the Mishnah tells us that the sons got to swear that they didn't find such a document like that amongst the father's documents, what can we infer from that Mishnah about whether, if they would have found such a document amongst his documents, would it be something that we would be somech on? We would rely on it, or would we not rely on it? And rely on it means that we would rely on what it says, meaning it says that that Plony paid up. So we'll rely on that and regard the payment as being, the loan as being paid off. If we're not going to rely on it, that means we're good. It's worthless. It's puzzle, like Rav Yirmiyah said.
So according to this, we do rely on it.
Right. That's what Rashi's telling us. Huh. So we see from here, this Mishnah is a proof that we do rely on a shover. And that's a refutation of Rav Yirmiyah once again. And what does the Gemara answer once again for the third time? Like Rav Yirmiyah, Amar Rav Yirmiyah. Now here, notice that the Gemara just says Amar Rav Yirmiyah. The first two times, the Gemara said Kida Amar Rav Yirmiyah. What's the difference between saying Kida Amar Rav Yirmiyah and Amar Rav Yirmiyah? When the Gemara says Amar Rav Yirmiyah, that means that Rav Yirmiyah himself is responding to this question that the Gemara has asked. And his answer is directed specifically at the question that the Gemara is asking over here. In this case, from Masechah Shuas, a kasha on Rav Yirmiyah. And whenever and so that's what we got over here. We finally got to the place where Rav Yirmiyah said his statement about. He said it about the Mishnah in Shavuos. But the first two times that the Gemara mentioned Rav Safra, it said Kida Amar Rav Safra, which means that, this that what Rav Safra said in the Gemara in the Mishnah in Shavuos that we're going to get to later, that teretz that he said over there, we could really use that teretz and apply it over here in the Gemara in the Mishnah in Bava Basra, and over here in the Mishnah in Bava Metzia too. That's what the Gemara means when it says Kida Amar Rav Safra, and that's why it has to say after that. It says Hachanami here too. We'll say in our case we'll say the same thing to answer up for Rav Yirmiyah from the challenge from that Mishnah. We got three Mishnayos that challenged Rav Yirmiyah. Our Gemara here, Bava Metzia, Gemara in the Mishnah in Bava Basra, and the Mishnah in Shavuos. In all three scenarios, all three Mishnayos, the Gemara says, we could use this teretz of Rav Safra to answer all three challenges to Rav Yirmiyah. Now again, what exactly is the answer that Rav Yirmiyah says? Let's hazard over what the answer is that Rav Safra says. Rav Safra, not Rav Yirmiyah. Rav Safra, Shemot Shenimsa ben Shtaros Hakruim. That's the answer. This is the Mishnah. This is the Gemara's a dike from the Mishnah. Rashi explains. For this Mishnah in Shavuos, it says that the sons got to swear that they didn't find a shover amongst the father's documents. Rav Safra says, that means they didn't find a shover amongst the documents that were torn up. That's what it means. Because like that, we can assume that it's been paid off. But if it wouldn't have been found, the shover, by the documents that were torn up, let's say it was found by the documents that were not torn up, what then would we say about this shover? We would say like Rav Yirmiyah. So that's the defense of Rav Yirmiyah. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. The Gemara is not through with Rav Yirmiyah. Boy, it seems like the Gemara is out to get Rav Yirmiyah. This is the fourth kasha on Rav Yirmiyah. Okay, Roy,
Hmm.
we are we're up to the final line, the last line on the Amud. Toshma.
Hmm.
20B4, right-hand column. Another challenge.
Another challenge. Toshma, come and learn from the following brisa. Simaphon, Shayesh, Allah, Adon, Adim, Adim. A receipt in the possession of a lender which has the signature of witnesses on it, Yiskayim, the house of Mayu should be certified by its signers. If the witnesses verify that they signed the receipt, the lender must abide by it. This contradicts Rabbi Abba's ruling. The Gemora answers, Ima say in the text of the Brisa, Yiskayim Mafals Min Mafals Amoy. The essence of the receipt should be certified from its signers in the following manner. The Shaya Ligon, the Full, the Sahadi. We asked the witnesses, Eve, Barua, whether the obligation for which the receipt was written was repaid, or not repaid. If they say they saw it repaid, the leader must obviously relinquish his claim. If not, he need not abide by the receipt in accordance with the ruling of Rav Yirmiyah Bava.
Okay. Let's see Rashi. The next Rashi, it's the last Rashi on the page. 2 lines up from the bottom. First few words on the second line from the bottom. Yiskayim b'chosamov.
Yiskayim b'chosamos. They certify the signatures. Ka salkedaisa im amar malva lo nifar asi v'teda shehare lo misrati liadain. I don't know. Let's try and translate. It becomes that you will think if he said
The
borrower said
lender.
the lender, the malva, if the lender said Lo, what's Nifraisi?
Lo nifrasi. I haven't been paid.
I have not been paid. V'chada, v'te,
Paida.
and we know Shehare that we see lo misarti. What's misarti?
I did lo masarti. I didn't give over.
I didn't what?
I did not give over.
Give over.
Yeah, like the it comes from the word masora. They
Oh.
translate it as tradition, but literally what the word means is giving over.
Giving over. Liadcha, to his hand. Yiskayim. Yiskayim is to establish.
Yiskayim, yes. Bechosamo.
Chosamo. Al pi chosamav. What's chosamav?
His signatures. Their signatures. The two witnesses' signatures.
I'll say so. I didn't give over to establish their signatures. Al pi through their signatures to establish im ha-chosamin, to establish with, what's chosamin?
Chosmim, if the signatories, the ones who, that's the noun, the ones who have signed, Chosamav is their signature, and Chosmin is the ones who have signed.
Right. So it didn't establish if the signers, ma'idin, that understood she kasmohu, but
Chosmin meidin. If they testify, if the ones who signed testify, shechasmuhu, that they signed,
shasmuchu, that they signed, ein hamalve ne'eman. We don't believe the lender. Aval kol kama delo mikayim, but all the time that we don't establish mehi man de man mapik lay. We don't establish. What is this meheman?
That's a Aramaic word for saying neman.
We don't establish that we believe that the one that certified it, Malve, the lender, Umalve, and the lender, Ha Amar, so this is invalid.
Man not be clay. Malva. Malva. Amar puzzle.
So we're saying this the signer, the signatures are invalid.
Rashi's saying about kol kama delo makayim. As long as we do not establish the veracity of the signatures. That's what really we do when we're Makayim a star, when we validate a star. We're just making sure that the signatures are true signatures by true people and they're not forgeries. As long as we have not done that, Meheman, he is believed. Who is believed? The Malva, who says that he wasn't paid. We have a shover over here. The shover says that the Malva says that he's received payment from the borrower. It's a proof of payment, this shover. But as long as that shover has not been, and it's generally signed by witnesses. So as long as we have not established the authenticity of those witnesses' signatures, so it sounds like we're saying that if the Malva is going to say, well, he didn't pay me yet, we're going to believe him, even though he's got a shover in his possession, because we'll say, yeah, he was holding the show. We could explain it like that. That's fine that he's got a shover in his possession. Yeah, he's got it in his possession because he was waiting for the guy to pay him. And so that when he did show up at his door to pay him, he'll have the shover ready to get put in his hand so that he'll get his money back. But the fact that he's got one in his possession, the shover, by the Malva, the lender, it doesn't prove that the loan has been paid.
So we believe him. We believe the Malva.
But if the signatures have been authenticated, then we say, oh, well, why would there be signatures on this shover? Obviously, there's signatures on the shover because they were they're what does the signatory do? He testifies to the truth of what's written in that document. And what's it say in the document? That Plony paid the Malva. Oh, so if we got signatures on that document, that and we authenticate those signatures, then that is a proof that this document is for real. This document is to be relied on, that the payment was made. Because he's not going to put signatories on the document before the payment has been made. Oh, and that's what Rashi says. The man mapikle, who's the one who's taking this shover out, as though to speak, to display it for perusal. The Malva is the one. And what does he say about this document? He says it's puzzle. Meaning to say, he's saying that there hasn't been a payment yet.
Why is he producing the document to say that? That's not helping his case.
The point is like this: a Malva who admits and produces a shover to the Bezdin. He's almost like somebody who has a migu. What is a guy who's got a migu? He says,
since I could have lied and gotten away with it, therefore you should believe me.
And over here, it's even stronger than that. It's called the Pesha Usser. I didn't have to open up my mouth and I would have won the case. I didn't have to show you this document altogether. And then you would have no reason to assume that it was paid. But I'm showing you this document. Yes, I wrote up this document because I was anticipating him paying me, but he never did. So we can't use that document that the malva is pulling out and producing and against him, because he's got the koach to say what's the status of this document. Because if he wanted to lie, he wouldn't have to bring the document out. He could have thrown it in the trash before he came to the Beis Din, and we would never know about it.
I think our time is up, Rabbi.
Okay. Oh wow. Yeah, I see. It has been up. Okay. All the best, everybody.
Okay, thank you.
See you tomorrow, Bezrat Hashem. I don't have a deer shoe test. I don't have a chumash party. Don't have a bris. Don't have any hanachas tefillin. So we'll have to learn something, I guess.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Okay.